This video is sponsored by Dipsea. Dipsea is an app full of hundreds of short, sexy audio stories designed by women for women. They also have soothing sleep stories, wellness sessions, and sexy stories you can read. As ASMR lovers, we appreciate good sound, and Dipsea brings you immersive soundscapes that really pull you into the space. They've got a really wide variety of stories, and there's new stories coming every single day. Stories about second chance romances, vacation flings, and hot and heavy hookups. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty obsessed with this concept. It's super inclusive. There's stories for both straight and queer listeners, and 56% of the characters are voiced by people of color. So you're getting a lot of variation in your stories. You can always find someone you relate to, and it just really feels like it's coming from a female gaze. And as a woman, we love it. I also found myself really gravitating towards the wellness and sleep stories. That's something I've struggled with my entire life. It's one of the reasons I got into ASMR. One particular series I've gotten a lot of value out of. It's called the Get Grounded with Mark series, and it's basically these little emotional and physical vignettes that help you really reset and ground yourself before you go to sleep. It was a way for me to look inwards and appreciate my body and my mind. Thank you again to Dipsea for sponsoring today's video and helping to support our channel. You can get an extended 30-day free trial by going to dipseastories.com/chillybee. That's 30 days of free access when you go to dipseastories.com/chillybee. I hope you guys give it a try. I've really enjoyed it, and relax and enjoy the video. Hi Emily, I'm Dr. B.
Hi Dr. B.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So we have you in today to do a little bit of a spine check and some point and pressure therapy on that neck. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, sounds great. Is there anything bothering you today?
Maybe my shoulder area.
Just feeling pain or tightness? What does it feel like?
Yeah, a lot of tightness. Also in my lower back. It hurts sometimes.
Lower back? Okay. And how are you sleeping generally?
Not too great. My sleeps have been pretty light.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you toss and turn a lot at night? Move around? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And what position generally are you on? Your side, your back, your stomach?
I'm a stomach sleeper.
Stomach sleeper. Okay, so that can also lead to some of that pain in that neck, perhaps. Any other changes in your lifestyle recently?
No, everything's been pretty steady.
Okay. Do you spend a lot of time on the computer, looking down, anything like that?
I do. I have an iMac that I'm looking. I feel like my setup's pretty economical, but...
Okay. You sit in like an ergonomical chair and you look straight at the screen?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. And what's your activity level like? Are you getting exercise at least a few times a week?
Yes.
Okay.
Almost every day.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, perfect. Anything else that's bothering you before we start the exam?
Nope, that's all.
All right, so I'm just going to make a couple of notes here. All right, let's get started. So I'll have you just swing around for me. I'm going to just take a look at the back. So I'm first thing just going to look. I just want to see if there's any visual injuries, scarring, anything like that. Mind if I just push this over a little? Okay, and the same thing on this side. I'm just going to unzip this here. Okay, I don't see anything. The skin looks pretty clear. I'm going to press on the back, okay? And I want you to tell me if there's any discomfort anywhere. I'm just going to move this to the sides. So starting with the spine here, I'm going to move down vertebrae by vertebrae. Tell me if there's any pain. Anything here in this low back?
No pain.
Okay, good. I'm going to go down the side of the muscle on the other side now. Any tightness on the side?
Maybe in my shoulder blade
Right here?
area.
Okay. I'm going to try the other side. Same thing. Any tightness or tenderness?
In the same spot.
Same spot, right about here.
Yes.
Okay. Feeling the shoulder blades now. Still that tightness and tenderness in there. Does it get worse as I move closer into the blade? Or is it about the same?
It's about the same.
Okay. Feeling the neck now. Feel a little bit of tightness here when I press. Does that feel sore at all?
Feels alright.
Feels okay, okay. Shoulders as well. Can you lift your arms up above your head like this for me? Okay, and relax. And can you go backwards like this? Yes, perfect. Okay, so there's definitely a little bit of asymmetry there with the shoulder blades. You feel that difference? Okay, you can relax. So we'll do a little work with that, especially on that left side. Everything else feels okay, and no screaming, shouting pains, right? Okay, wonderful. So I've got just a little bit of a tool here. You're gonna feel two cold little prongs. And what this is gonna do is be measuring the temperature variations, especially in that neck and the shoulder blades where you're having those tightness and tenderness, okay? And when we have temperature variations, that often means there's swelling, there's some sort of issue that the blood is rushing to that area or unable to escape from that area. Okay. So just relax for me. I'm seeing a little bit of an increased temperature right about here. So that's where it's tender, right? Gonna go up to the neck here. Neck's okay. Looking right at the below here, just gonna go along the spine to see if there's anything else that jumps out, especially that low back. You mentioned that was bothering you. Not seeing anything too egregious here. Just go down the rest of it. It's just right here, that variation. I just want to test for a little bit of sensation to make sure that there's no neurological damage to the area before we start poking and prodding at it, all right? Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is just poke you with my little hammer here, and I just want you to say yes when you feel it, okay?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay, good. So that was showing me that your sensation's intact. I do want to test a little bit of sharp or dull, so I want to make sure you can differentiate between something that feels sort of scratchy like that and more light like that.
Okay.
Especially in that affected area, so I'm going to focus on that. So again, just say sharp or dull.
Sharp.
Good.
Dull. Sharp. Dull. Dull. Dull.
Good.
Sharp. Sharp.
Okay, so that's all fine as well. And last thing I'm going to do is just some vibratory sensation. So I'm going to grab my tuning fork. I'm going to hit this tool here, and you're going to feel a little vibration versus pressure. So feel how that's just pressure, and that's vibration.
Okay.
So just tell me vibration or pressure. I'm going to place it right on the spine.
Vibration. Vibration. Pressure.
Okay, good. This time I'm just going to hit it. I'm going to want you to tell me if you feel it and then when it goes away. All right.
I feel the vibration.
Okay, tell me when it stops.
Stop.
All right, great. So no issues there. And then this feels cold to you. Same thing here.
Yes.
Cold and cold. All right. So sensation's fully intact. I'm not worried about that at all. The last thing I want to do before I start poking you is just slightly harder palpation here on the back, especially in the spine and around that area.
Okay.
As long as there's no nerve pain, no shooting pains, I think we'll be okay to start the treatment. So again, just tell me if anything hurts. Is this all okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, good. Just go down the rest of the spine. No pain?
No pain.
All right, so I'm just going to have you lay down and we'll continue with the exam.
Okay.
Okay, Emily, now I've got you laying down here. I'm just going to, again, just take a look at the skin. I'm going to start out just getting you used to my touch, feeling the temperature. I'm going to focus mostly here on this neck and shoulder blade area.
Okay.
Just do a little bit of soft tissue work to warm you up. So with point therapy, what we try and do is start with very soft stimuli to get the upper layer of the dermis engaged and active, and then we move on to progressively sharper tools. We do this to trigger the body into deploying its healing properties. So when our body thinks it's being injured, these micro injuries, it will start the healing process, even though we're not actually hurting you and leaving permanent damage. I'll put on some gloves. First thing you're going to feel is a really light brush. I'm just going to tuck this under here. Just going to apply a little bit of that oil now. And we're going to move on to our first pressure point tool. Come into the occipital, right here. This one's going to be a little bit more intense, okay? How's that feeling right now?
Feels good.
Just going to feel for temperature. I want to see if we're bringing some heat into the area. Okay, it's not too bad. Feel two pieces of pressure now. I'm going to be trying to simulate 2 points at once, also moving that any waste or toxins up towards the lymph nodes to move out of the body and out of the system. I always move everything up and out. Moving on to our sharpest tool here. It's going to feel like a pricker, but it shouldn't break the skin, okay? Just feeling for the tension. I definitely feel less tension in the back, but it does take, you'll feel some immediate relief, but it takes a few days to truly feel the effects because the body has to send the healing to that spot after it feels like it's been injured.
Feels better already.
Good. So I want you to just lay there for a second. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a scalp massage here just to relax your body and let your body start that healing process before you get up and start moving around. Again, just zip this up for you, and I'm just going to close out with that pressure again, that grounding. Great, Emily. How are you feeling now?
I feel great.
Well, I hope you continue to feel better as the body adjusts and heals. Otherwise, definitely come back for another session, or we can always do some maintenance at another time, okay?
Okay, thank you, Dr. B.
Thank you.